This that late shift, graveyard, pockets on E. This that praying in the drive with God, don't let me bleed. This that thumbnail, live stream, teaching about the teeth of the market while I'm fighting for my family to eat. This that knee brace, aching from the miles in the mud. This that E5 rank that I earned with my blood. This that YouTube grind when the views was a dud. Now we talking about a movement, not a maybe. This a flood, sacrifice for the riches. That ain't just about the cash, that's about the sleep I gave up just to break a broken past. That's about the liquor I refused when I could've hit the glass. That's about the therapy I took instead of speeding off and crash.
That's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
I was clocking in for bosses that ain't know my middle name. They just saw the numbers hitting, they ain't see the inner strain. Then I turn my pain to content, turn my lessons into game. Now I got a tribe of traders that refuse to play the same. Discord buzzing charts up, members learning how to move. We ain't chasing lotto tickets, we're protecting what we prove. Teaching risk, teaching patience, teaching how to keep you cool. Cause I lost enough myself to write a whole financial school. My sobriety a badge, my resilience a shield. Every L I ever took became a tool I had to wield. When the market tried to break me, I just studied how it killed. Then I built a better system, now I'm walking through the field.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, now I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
When I say
sacrifice,
you say for riches.
Sacrifice for riches. Sacrifice
for riches, from the trenches to the digits. When I say process, you say over profit.
Process over profit. Process
over profits, we ain't stopping till we locked it. From the runaway son to the soldier in the dirt, to the husband with a white queen fighting through the hurt, to the father of 2 daughters that he put in every verse, to the trader and the teacher helping others break the curse. I'm the sum of every scar they tried to use to hold me back. I'm the voice of every kid who had to grow up in attack. I'm the proof that if you're willing to go all in on the path, you can lose a couple battles and still never lose your track.
Sacrifice for riches, that's the code that I live. Gave my tears, gave my time, gave my body, gave my ribs. For my wife, for my kids, for my people that I live. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, I'ma die before I quit. Sacrifice for riches, put the name on my stone. I was built for all this pressure, I ain't breaking, now I'm grown. If you looking for a hero who was carved out of the stones, you can see him in the mirror when you face it on your own.
Hey, what up, though? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Mic check. Hold up. Hold up. I'm tied up. Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 3. Make sure I am good to go. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. All right. Am I good? Check, check, check. Okay, everything's refreshing on my end right now. That's all good. What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. Hey, we're coming to the end of another week. This hat is too bright. 1 second. Other hat. Other hat. All right, good to go. What is up? Hey, mama. My mama's in the chat, so that means that y'all, where my camera? Y'all be respectful, okay? Y'all, you keep your language in check, because my mom, she don't play that. She don't play that. Hey, what's up, Fidel, Roll Life, I see you. Thanks for telling people to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Yes, GQ, I see you. Let's smash the like button. Let's go. I'm like this close to 5K. So if we can get some new subs in here, that'd be super dope. If we can get some new members, that'd be super dope. We'd love to see it. We'd love to see it. What's up, Junior? I see you. Hey, everybody's been killing it in the Discord. I love to see it. All right. I'm gonna let people trickle in. Let me know, is the sound okay right now? Because I'm talking, but then I have audio that's going that's also talking. So I can flip that and just put on like a melody in the background too. I might just do that though. I've been having copyright issues with my own stuff. So I've been having to tell YouTube and Google like, nah, that music is mine. So otherwise they've been demonetizing me. So everything that y'all hear for sound or music is on like Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and then it's on YouTube. So it's everywhere. So when I play it in my scenes or my lives or whatever, I get demonetized for it, my own music. So I gotta fix that somehow. Sounds good? All right, cool. All right. Ah, man, what a week. All right, so what are we gonna talk about today? What are we gonna talk about today? So I want to say the big deal from Thursday till now has been Nvidia, right? So we will talk about the play that I called last Thursday and how we capitalized on a 250% return on Friday, the following day, after talking about Nvidia on Thursday. And then fast forward till now, right? We've been playing Nvidia back and forth all week, right? But we killed it yesterday and we absolutely crushed it today. So I will talk about today as well. And you know, we got Weatherman Rail. Now the only problem is that I might not be able to do the whole drawing on my tablet thing, and that's okay. It's because I failed to get my tablet charged up, but it's okay. So for those that are new, right, this is a rapid fire chart analysis where in the beginning, I kind of do a little debrief as far as what we hit on from last rapid fires live stream. So from those charts, what we actually hit on, or what I hit on with the family, right? So I set alerts, I send out notifications, and I write the plays from entry to exit to take profit targets, and it's up to everybody else to kind of run the play, right? So we've been doing that. I never eat alone. So if I'm in something that I'm confident in, then I make sure that I put everybody else on too. But it's up to y'all to do the entries and the exits and whatnot. So you're in control of your own portfolio. Nothing I say here is a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell anything, but I will let you know what I'll be doing, right? So we will get into that. So following that first portion of the rapid fire live stream, we go into the rapid fire to where I look to the comments, your comments, and I look up the charts for the ticker of your request, right? So we'll look at that ticker, we'll identify what I see, right? And what we're doing here is pretty much seeing if we are in alignment, right? Right now, you're just validating the research that you've probably already done, right? And if you haven't, hey, here's a perspective, right? But it's up to you guys to do your own due diligence, right? You have to do your own research, but that's what we do here. That's what we do here. So if your name is in green, you get priority. So everybody in green, they're members, right? They're either a minnow, a dolphin, an orca, an angler, a leviathan, right? They're one of those, right? One of those tiered members. So if I see them post a ticker, then they will get priority. Following that, second up for priority is KGU. So if you are a KGU member, everybody knows that KGU is my home. I am a crown trader over there. I'm swing trades with Rail. For those that don't know, KGU is a Discord owned by Keenan Grace. If you don't know who he is, just search him up, right? But anyway, so I'm a crown trader over there. And where was I going with that? Losing my mind. All right. So anyway, I forgot my train of thought. That doesn't really happen too often. Oh yeah, I remember. So KGU members, if you are a member of KGU, you just put your ticker request with a little comment as far as what you're looking at or what you're trying to accomplish with me looking at this ticker, and then put hashtag KGU. When you put hashtag KGU, that also takes precedence, and then I select you over somebody's name that's just in gray. Now, those that are in gray, you are a subscriber, and I really, really appreciate you being here and hitting the subscribe button. You are very much so a part of this community as well. However, there is a priority list because some people pay to be here, and I appreciate them, and I got to show them love, and I have to give them their grace and their value. So if you want to be a member, please. There is a $sign button in the chat, next to the chat, and I think that's where you can add and become a member. It's either that or the plus button. So come and join if you're interested, okay? The only other thing that kind of goes above that is super chats. So because those are blaring in my face and I can see them right away. So if you want your ticker to be called out, that's a surefire way to 100% guarantee that it is. Now, do know that I do the best I can to get to everybody, right? But I am one person. I am human. I will do the best I can, right? Within the time constraints that I apply, right? Because we play everything based on a timer, okay? Okay, that being said, any questions? Any questions? We're still rolling in. What's up, Q? Queen Anderson, I see you. Queen Fee in the building. All right. All right, I think we're a little light on the viewers though. So hopefully we can pick up because we've had almost close to like 100 viewers. Not close to that. It was probably like 80 at one time. And I've had this live stream like posted, you know, for a good amount of time. So hopefully people can find the video and can hop on in, right? So take a drink. Any questions on how it all works? Let me know in the chat if you hit on Nvidia. All right. By the way, I see you, D, but I won't remember that. Right? I can, but I'm not going to. So I'm not accepting tickers until we switch to the charts and I say go. Right? You will know because I'm going to set this timer to 25 minutes and then I'm going to hit start, go, and then from there, that's when we're gonna start. I won't take any tickers or scroll back for tickers before that point. Okay, so just stand fast, hold that down. All right, and then also, I see you say ALB. Just so you guys know, a little context helps, right? So if you, for example, you're interested in ALB, perhaps you put ALB put options or ALB call options or long-term hold, or maybe you're in a position, right, and you're trying to figure out, you know, whether it's something that you're going to hold on to or not. So just give me a little context. That way, when I am speaking to the charts, I'm directing my dialogue and the narrative around what it is that you're trying to accomplish instead of just speaking so broadly, right? So context helps. Because I talk while I'm doing this and I try my best to give you some perspective. If it's a stock or a company that I'm knowledged on, as far as like the fundamentals or just any type of recent news or whatever, I may add a little context to that as well. But again, do your own research and you know the rest of it. All right. Yes. Let me know if y'all hit this week on any of the rapid fire live streams or trades. Okay. So at the end of this, so order of March, Weatherman rail, then rapid fire chart analysis, then closing questions, and then I will focus on I'll present the app as well. So for those that don't know, we have an app called the S4R Trader Pro App, and I will just present that very briefly for those that may or may not be interested. So there's a trading app that we have that I will just show you a little bit of the ins and outs, and then you can decide if that's something that you want to, a tool that you want to add to your arsenal. And signing up for that app gives you access to the Discord, right? And you may get privy to some of the alerts and trades that we're in. However, do know the main purpose of a community is community, right? Trades, trade plays, or whatever, those are just a perk of being there. It shouldn't be the primary reason for you to be there. Now, of course, we're here to try to make money. So, of course, that's like priority. But at the same time, you know, this is a journey, right? And you have to broaden your focus, right? You have to think about you, your mental, and then understand that there's support systems that's out there. Now, I don't care if you join my Discord, if you join KGU, if you join, who's the other ones that's out there? You got Chris Sane, Larry and Mo, and Josh, and Traveling Trader, and Chris Sane, and like the list goes on of all the people that's out here doing it, and all the millionaires that's out here doing it, right? I am not a millionaire. So again, this is like a full disclosure because I share everything. That way I'm fully transparent and people just know that I'm not out here trying to pose to be something that I'm not, right? So at the end of the day, that's what it is. We're a small group. We love to have you. Open arms. We have a small community, and that's great because we know it, all of us. We know everybody has a voice and everybody's heard, which is a beautiful thing. And it's been a great journey getting to know people from 2025 into now, and watching everybody grow, learn, and just get to know each other. So I'm gonna check out the comments, and then we're gonna get into Weatherman Rail. All right. So, okay, D, thank you for acknowledging that you get it. Sounds like Drake playing in the background. Hey, that's my new track called Alter in the Basement. Right now, it's just on Spotify, and I want to say it's on Apple Music. So you can just type in S4R, or you can just type in Alter in the Basement, and then it'll pop up, right? But I love that track. You know, took a lot of time on that one. Real life Nvidia off the rapid fire and SQQQ. Love it. Let's get it. All right. Junior says Rel's album coming out soon. Don't laugh because it is. Yeah, it is. I'm working on it. I got the catalog already. Right now, it's just a bunch of singles, but we about to put that in a nice little bow. But I got more to say. KGU, to join your class, it is just monthly and/or annually. To join your class, if you're talking about outside of KGU, it's monthly. Okay. So, and you can do that by two ways. One, you can go through the app, and I'll put the link to the app in the comments. And then two, you can join right here on YouTube. Many of our members are in both, right? Because YouTube and the app are two different things, right? But 1 second, I got you. Hey Queen, I see you, Miss Boy. 1 second here. Junior says hit on that Snap and Netflix. Let's go. Yes, we did. Snap was a 50% plus gain. More than that actually. And then Netflix, we ran that up 50%. I should have not tightened my stop loss, but I think because Netflix kept bouncing out of that demand zone, I got kind of like, we hit my take profit target within the demand zone, so I took my profits, and now we went on a rocket, of course, and that same play would have ran up about 400, probably like 300%. No cap. All right, Miss Boy, she's always showing love, checking on your boy's mental. So I appreciate her. Thank you, Queen. Los Little, what's good, big dog? All right, remember to like and subscribe and share with someone. Yes, please, because I'm trying to hit 5K today. Okay, make sure y'all are sharing the live. Let's get more people in the chat. And that's my wife that just showed up too. So remember, this is family, right? I got family and friends that's in here that probably won't say anything, but my mom and my wife, they 100% say something all the time. So I don't think you get more transparent than this, right? So If you join, you become a Megalodon. We do live trading, and on live trades, you actually see me. You see the entries, the exits, the take profit targets, or you see me set the stop losses and stuff like that. So there's no hidden curtains or anything like that with me, because I mean, it just makes sense just to be that transparent as it relates to me trading in front of people. Okay, so it's time. I need to hold on. I gotta type something to my wife. Hey babe, if you hear me, I might need a seltzer water because yeah, this ain't gonna last long and my mouth is a little dry already. So when you have time, if you can help me out, I appreciate it. Yes, Miss Boy is mom number 2, 100%. Oh, you're talking about my wife. So yes, Miss Boy be in there though, like my mama though, like checking on me, making sure I'm okay. All right. Okay. Without further ado, we're gonna talk about Nvidia. We're gonna talk about it, how we gained 250% on it. What was it? Last Friday, after the live stream, and then we're gonna talk about today, right? And I'll show you right now what that looks like. Now, we win some, we lose some. I'll tell you that your boy had a mentally straining week, right? So this wasn't my strongest week trading. It is what it is. But today made up for some L's that I took earlier in the week, right? So it is what it is. So that was today. So shout out to people who got into Snap, Netflix, Nvidia. We absolutely killed the game, right? And then of course, Nvidia 250% gains. It's in here somewhere. I'm not about to share, like, get that whole thing figured out, but trust me when I say it happened. All right. So, are there any questions? The live classes are in YouTube or Zoom. The live classes are on YouTube. On YouTube. But many times, though, just so you know, the live classes are, thanks, baby. Appreciate it. Many times the live classes are unlisted. So yeah, I can just share it with you. You know what I mean? Like, so it's up to you where you join. It's entirely up to you. If you join on YouTube, like for instance, you're a Megalodon on YouTube, you can do that. And then on the app, there's a Megalodon tier, but you do get a discount because you're a Megalodon on YouTube. All right. So that way you have the YouTube content, and then you have the tools that I provide as well. And that's like the best package for you. Okay. Yes. Change of mindset, crown is on straight. Okay. So if there's no questions, your boy's about to get into Weatherman Real. And I did a test on this, so I already know that the setup does not require a mic or an additional one. I'm not going to be able to use the tablet today because it's just not there. So it'll be a lot of hand signals, okay? But that's okay. So let me go ahead and switch to where is it? Here we go. 1 second. All right, I need to know if I need to turn down. Yeah. Is this a good volume? I need to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you see me and hear me? I need a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. I will do one more test, but let's start with this one. Okay, the music is fine? Okay. All right, it's Weatherman Rail. Yep, okay. Thank you. All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all got a glimpse of my little mess in the back, but it's time for Weatherman Rail. Let's go. All right. So, mic check from back here. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hold up. Can you hear me? I need a 1 in the chat if I'm clear. Okay? I need to get rid of. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so this is Nvidia, y'all. Hold on, first let me fix my camera so it doesn't follow me everywhere. That way I have the freedom to move. All right. All right. It's Weatherman Real. Where's my energy? A little low? All right, let's see if I can fix it. So, hold up. All right, how's that? Can you hear me better? Somebody said a little low. I just want to make sure that we're good. I'm trying to say it with my chest, all right? I'm trying to say it with my chest. So put a 1 in the chat if this is good enough for sound or if it's too low. Okay. You might have to turn up your volume, Queen. Cause I think hold up. I might be able to turn it up a little bit more. All right. I think I was able to get a little bit more out of this. Yep. All right. That's the best I can do. Okay. So, Weatherman Rail. We're going to talk about Nvidia. So last Thursday, we did the rapid fire chart analysis and we walked the family through what we were expecting from Nvidia as we were running up. Okay. So we were down here. And then we had broke a structure, okay, but we were living above our 21-day EMA, okay. Then we created this demand zone, right? So in reality, if you guys know my charts, right, it's set up in zones. So there's a top half and bottom half. So you see this blue line right here, right? That blue line, anything below that is my lower zone, right? And that means that I have a bearish bias for as long as we're below that level. Anything above that level, right, I have a bullish bias. It shifts, right? So if you see my chart, that's what that blue line means. Everything that I do is systematic and it's color coded. That way there's no confusion when I just pop up a chart. So if you don't have like consistency in your charting, then I would advise that you do that because it'll help you use less brain power to make better decisions, all right? So we created a demand zone. Right? I can't believe I'm like here and I forgot it figured out. All right. So we created a demand zone, right? That's represented by this doji candle here and an increase in buying volume there. Okay. Unfortunately, we did not get a buy side imbalance. So, okay. So either way, it's fine. We did get an increase in volume. So we ran this all the way up. Okay. So once we approach this level, I'm paying attention to see if we're going to break it, right? And the moment we start to see resistance, right, we know that buyers are exhausted, sellers are taking control, right? And if buyers can't get over the hump, then we maintain our bearish bias, okay? So I call this a crossing point. Let's see if I can get it right there. So I put a crossing sign typically on my chart in my play breakdown for people to know that, hey, caution, right? Be careful. So this was the first trigger. I did not hop in, I don't believe, off of this one right away, right? Instead, because of the volume that I've seen as we approach this line, I figured it was probably a little bit of a retracement. So I was just gonna pause and then see if we're gonna come back and retest it. Sure enough, that's what we did, right? Hold up. Let's go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. Sure enough, that's what we did. God, I am gonna do it, right? So, this right here, it retraced to my take profit target, right? To the upside, if we were playing upside or downside, doesn't matter, right? And then it bounced and it went right back up to the line. But from here, I noticed that we weren't crossing, right? We had this point right here, this top wick. We have a doji that forms as we're approaching, and top wicks are forming as we are going up, right? Right? So that tells me that buyers are getting exhausted and sellers are here and present. It's also represented down here, right? So you notice that the volume is dying. The volume is dying right here on the bull side as you approach that level, right? Versus over here, look where the volume's doing. So you got to pay attention to these things as the price is approaching your levels, okay? So this is where we entered on the second touch of the line, right? Once I seen this doji candle at the top of the trend up, I knew that likely it was time to hop into some shorts. And sure enough, that's what we did. So I hopped in the moment that this doji candle closed the way that it did because, and I didn't wait for confirmation on this point. The reason why I didn't is because I know that this line is important, and I know that this right here at the top would have been my stop loss. So I had a predetermined stop before entering, and the closer to that line that I was, right, the lower my risk, right? So my risk reward ratio was pretty high, right? What's my reward? Well, it's going to be my demand zone. So I know that we created a demand down here. We did not fall back to demand, but we did find resistance at our crossing point. So from here, my brain says my stop loss is here and my take profit target is demand, right? Is demand. Hopefully that makes sense. So sure enough, I probably should like mirror this so it's easier. But sure enough, we fall like a rock and we have momentum, right? When you start seeing thicker red candles, like or green candles, whatever direction you're playing, you start seeing the thick full body candles and less wick. Well, that's giving you more confidence that your play is playing out, right? On top of that, you see it increase in volume. So you see this bearish volume increasing as price is falling. So as price is coming down, bearish volume is going up, which is a good sign of a bearish continuation, right? So as we approach my demand zone, right, which the top of this demand zone is 188.04 or 06. I can't see, it's too far. Hold up, 188, right? So we actually have momentum into demand. So my rule is if you're running into demand with bearish momentum, then you're still in this play, right? However, I am on the lookout for a reversal. Why? Because I know that buyers live in the demand zone. So at any point, they can flip the script on me, right? So sure enough, we get a hammer. We get a hammer at the bottom of a trend. That is a representation of a reversal, right? So there's about a 70 to 80% chance of a reversal with a hammer at the end of a strong trend, right? And sure enough, that's what we did. So once I seen this hammer, I didn't even play no games. I just got out, right? I got out the moment this hammer closed because I see that volume here on that hammer was higher than the volume that was here as we were approaching this zone. So that tells me, hey, buyers, they got strength here. This demand zone is likely validated, right? And sure enough, even if I held here, this second candle, the moment we broke or breached this demand zone of 188.04, I would have been out. It's a wrap, right? And I would have taken my profits. And that's how I got 250% on Nvidia. Shout out to y'all if y'all got the alerts and you played it with me. Now, we got a part 2. And we never did this before, but hopefully we can get to 5,000 subs. But we'll see. All right. Anyway, is it tracking so far? Does it all make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that all makes sense to you. And then if you heard me, because I don't want to go into the next one if it's not clear or apparent. Let me take a drink. And hopefully the visual aids and stuff is helping people kind of understand my train of thought and then what's kind of happening in the chart as well, right? All right, awesome. Let's get it. All right, so this is today. All right, so today we absolutely killed the game, right? So let's talk about it. So first of all, we had record earnings for Nvidia. So hold up, timeout. Hold up. I might have to manually do this. Okay, we got it. All right, so we have record earnings, but before the record earnings, right, we're gonna talk about how we took advantage of our positions before close. Now, for those that were in my private session, right, of course not everybody was there, right, but those were my Megalodons and my Leviathans, right? We talked about this game plan. What was this? It was, I don't remember, I think, was it Monday or was it Sunday? I don't remember. Y'all let me know when it was. But we talked about the game plan. Maybe it was even the night before. No, I don't remember. Somebody will remind me. It's this week though. Anyway, we talked about what we were gonna do as we approach this take profit target. Yeah, hold on. It doesn't matter what hand I use. So I'm not gonna go into it because it was like down here where we were, and then we just opened on a pop above this level that we needed confirmation above, which was 186.79. So we talked about this level. We opened above it the previous day, right? And then we were talking about the max take profit on Nvidia, right? And that max take profit target was 197.37 for me, okay? So pretty much, I told you how I trade in zones. I have a top half and a bottom half. This is the top of my top half of my zone. So when I approach the top side, the top end of my zone, that typically means that it's a pretty strong ceiling, likely, and we're gonna have a hard time breaking through. So it's an area of interest for me to pay attention to see what decision is gonna be made by, you know, the market, right? By the buyers and sellers, right? So price action, okay? So anyway, so we approach this level, and of course, guess what happens, right? We see resistance. Now, when we're seeing resistance on a smaller time frame, I want to say it was probably the 5-minute time frame. I called the play and I said that we would likely retrace or have a reversal period here. Also, before earnings, there's typically, just so y'all know, there's typically a move that happens prior to the earnings, right? So pre-earnings, if a stock falls, typically that means that when the earnings news comes out afterwards, the price is likely to go up, and vice versa. If the stock rallies, then the price is likely to go down post earnings, right? It's something that I've been paying attention to for some years, and it's generally right. So just pay attention to what that is. I make a lot of money when I do that on Tesla, okay? Tesla's a big one. So, but this is a way for us to take advantage of earnings without gambling, right? Without trying to hold a contract overnight that has a high implied volatility. We want to avoid that if we can. So if we can get close to a key level and we start to see signs of resistance, right? Then guess what? We have the opportunity to take advantage. So that's what we did. We entered here, right? On a 5-minute chart, it would probably show like a doji candle that occurred, which would give you a bearish reversal signal. And we rode this down to my take profit target of 195.69. Now I will also show you, hold up. Come on. All right. Come on. I gotta fix this. I don't want these motion gestures on anymore. All right, there we go. That's good enough. Okay, so my thought process was to take this down to our take profit target and not be greedy. Why? Because you just don't know. You got earnings the next day, you know, and you have a 2 DTE. You're not gonna hold something overnight, right? If you can get your gains in a day, then shout out to you, right? So that's what we did, and this is a pretty nice win for us. Okay, I forgot the percentage, but it was a pretty good percentage. Okay, so that was that. So then we get our earnings, right? And we hit a record earnings for Nvidia, and everybody's excited, right? Then guess what it hits? You see that blue dash line up there? That's that crossroad. It got into the next zone, but it couldn't cross over, right? So by opening bell, right, we already fell back and gave away all of those gains, right? And then the market opened. The market opened. And once you fall below my take profit target, right, red light, green light, you hit the top and you drop. And that's exactly what happened. I can't do this. Hold up. Let me see if I can turn this off quick. I'm almost done. It's killing me. Council. Let's go. Oh, money. Get out of my face. All right. Get out of my face. I think I'm good. I just need to turn off this tracking system in one moment. Okay. I think I'm good. So the back to my train of thought. I'm almost there, y'all. All right, so then the market opens. The market opens on this candle, right? So pay attention. You see this yellow line, right? This is one of my key levels of interest and one of my take profit targets, okay? So once I see that we have bearish momentum, right, on the open, and we're crossing my one of my take profit targets, which is actually something I use as an entry or re-entry of 193.80. I hopped into a short, right? We hopped into puts and we rolled this down to where my crossroads. Pretty much this thing dropped like the Olympic skiers was just going down, you know, right? So we got entry 1, I got entry 2, we got entry 3, and then I ended up trying to re-enter and ended up breaking even on the play here on one of my final moves, okay? Which I already showed you those plays earlier today. Okay, but you see what's happening. We hit our top level, we hit our wall, right? We fell below it. Then we hit our crossing roads right here, right? And once you cross this level, it's bearish, right? We have a bullish bias above it and we have a bearish bias below it. And sure enough, we continued on this move down to our take profit target 1 of 186.79, which again was a key level that I was telling people about last week Thursday, as well as in the private stream in preparation for this week on some game plan business. All right, so that is it, right? And I don't think we're done, right? We're in the bottom half, so the target for Nvidia right now is going to be 183.14, okay? But right now we're actually floating around a 65-minute POC right here at around 184.67. I don't know what happened in pre-market, but it is what it is. It's Weatherman Rail. Let me know if you have any questions. Put a fire emoji in the chat if it made sense. Put an X if it didn't, right? But hopefully it was helpful in the very least, and you got to learn something. So, hold up. All right. Are we good? Are we good? Are we back? I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. All right. Let's get back to, whew, that'd be some work. That'd be some work. Let me flip back to the screen. And I'm going to take a breather. All right? I'm going to take a breather. We're going to get into the rapid fire chart analysis. Now, I got smoked by something, and I got to double check what ate my lunch money earlier in the week. So I wasn't in a good headspace, and that's when you don't supposed to trade. When I live traded, we ran up the SPY, so we gained like, what was it, like a 20-30% gain, but I was fully expecting a 100% gain, but we ran out of time. I had places to be, things to do. And then sure enough, the moment that I signed off, it took off like a rocket. So shout out to everybody. I told everybody before I got offline what the expectation was of the SPY, and it played out exactly as I said it would. Only Weatherman I believe in. You a fool. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to collect myself, and then we're gonna get right into the rapid fire. I see 29 people. I wonder if it's more than that. But regardless of the fact, please, if you have not done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. And then we're gonna keep it moving. I'm 2 subs away. Oh, that's not right. Never mind. 12 subs away. Do better math. From 5K. So, if everybody can share the stream, great. We're about to dive into the rapid fire in like a minute, right? I'm just sitting here to see, does anybody have any questions about what I just went over as it relates to Nvidia? Let me know. All right. If there's no questions, one more restatement of what's going on. So we're about to dive into the rapid fire chart analysis, where I bring up my chart, right? And then from there, we actually go over the tickers of your requests that is coming from the comment section. Okay. I'll give you my overall view as far as what I think about the stock. Depends on what it is. I may or may not dive deep into it. If you are a Megalodon, then you are free to ask me for additional details following the stream via Discord. But that is it. Megalodon or Leviathan. Okay. But if there's no questions, then we're about to get into it. All right. So let me flip over to, let's see here. Nope, not that one. All right. All right, mic check. Can I get a mic check? I want to see how I can get rid of all these drawings. I'm going to have to do this on a different. Hold up. Man, I'm mad at this one. But anyway, so we got our charts. We're going to reset our view. And then I'm going to get my timer ready. And then I'll start looking to the chat for your tickers. So everybody get ready with your tickers. And if you have some context with it, it'll be very helpful. Can you guys hear music? Can you hear me? And can you see my screen? All important things. Check out, check. Okay. Hey, mama. I think the checks mean that we're good to go. Okay. All right. We are about to get into the rapid fire chart analysis. Get your tickers ready, and I will do the best I can to get to everybody. All right. Ready, set, go. Let's get it. What's our first ticker? I'm ready. It might be a little delay. What y'all got? Time's ticking. Y'all run this engine. Lyft shares long or short. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong one. LYFT. This comes from Junior. All right. So we had a nice little pop on Lyft, but we're going to zoom out and see if we can see it all. All right. So, man, we talked about Lyft, and I stated that we were inside of the supply zone, which we had this zone tagged. So we popped out, and then we had this opening gap, and we failed to break through it. Instead, we lost momentum, and then we broke back into our supply zone. once we did that, it looks like it was just a wrap. And I didn't get all the alerts for this, so for some reason, that's unfortunate because this looked like a really good play for us to have. But we broke below supply and confirmed, and it looks like we've been on a downtrend since then, right? And essentially, we fell back into a symmetrical triangle, which is not a good sign, right? This tells me that we likely could fall down to hit $8.96. That would be really, really bad for anybody looking at Lyft. All right, so if I zoom in just a little bit, yeah, it's not looking cute. So on the daily though, we do have demand established. And I'll show you what I see right now. Where's my, oh, here's my cheat sheet. Here we go. So we have demand established right here on the daily, which is a good sign, right? Let's see, demand zone swing. Okay. So from here, you have a little bit of a problem though. We have a gap here between, oh, do they show you the gaps now? Wow, that's cool. All right, between 1512 and 1567. So we could be coming back to retest this gap, but I wouldn't be too quick to hop into a play here. Instead, I would be if you're looking to play options, I would wait for us to come back to retest the top of this demand zone and see if we can have a strong reaction from it before I look into taking this up to 1515. But you have a large amount of aggressive sellers here, and you don't have a lot of aggressive buyers. So you have your work cut out for you, and I would not just be openly trying to get into a play here in the middle of the move. So just be careful, and that's my play for you. Essentially, if we do break through and we get above this, we need to confirm above 1567, right? That'll be our next move up. That tells us that we can probably head back to 1856 to retest that supply zone. What's the next one? SoFi, bottom for puts. SoFi puts, I can't believe we're talking about that. But essentially, for SoFi, we've been talking about SoFi for a minute, right? So I told everybody that we were going to fall down likely to this 1857 range. And if we confirm below, we were headed to 1671. So what am I saying to you? Well, you have two ways to play this. One, 1979 is actually like my floor, right? For the trading zone and range that I was trading in. Now, if we fail to break through this and we see like these dojis happen as we're approaching this level, then that's a strong indication of a potential sell-off. But we need the confirmation candle to show that. So if you can't get that signal clear near 1979 of a bearish continuation, then I would wait until we can confirm below 1857, and then I would be looking to short SoFi to 1671, and then from there we fall to 1366. And I don't think there's anything that's going to stop it. If we crack the 1671, that's where we're headed, in my opinion. And y'all just know, SoFi is a banger. I think if there's one stock that's going to turn people, like make millionaires maybe, and no promises, whatever, right? It would be SoFi. I think it has the highest opportunity for the most significant gains, right? So anyway, shout out to the SoFi apes in the building. Who is D says, okay, ALB Marable, ALB. I got you, D. I know you're KGU. Yep, okay. So this is Albemarle Corporation. All right. Call options. This is what you're looking for, call options. All right, well, I wouldn't be looking at it right now. Okay? Because we've already gotten exhausted on our way up. All right? So pay attention to this. As price is moving up, what is going on with volume, right? Volume is going down. So when you see that, that is divergence, right? That tells you that there's a slowing in your momentum to the upside and you need to pause on calls, right? So what are we doing here? Well, we're falling below a VWAP on the daily, and then I pretty much see that we have a demand zone around between 172.27 and 165. So if I'm looking for calls, then I would be looking for us to retest to touch this demand zone of 172.27, or which pretty much aligns with the 20-day EMA of 170.09, right? So that's where I would be looking for potential calls on this one. Now, I don't know this this stock, but I would definitely say be careful because of what I see here and how the price action looks and all these gaps. I would say be very careful with your contract selection. And then I would also encourage you to, I'd assume that this has a wide spread. So make sure that you're not buying the ask on this, because you will get smoked right out the gate if you do. Try to go for the bids if you can. All right, next up we got silver by GQ, SLV. All right, silver's our baby, right? We've been talking about silver since like $12. And as you can see, I have all of the data to show for it, right? And on other charts as well. So I know this looks like a mess. That's because I got a lot of work into silver, right? So it might look like braille to you, but it looks like a system for me. So I'm going to, I wonder if I want to give you a fresh look or use what we got. And I think I'm going to use what we got, right? So reset my view and then give you a better look. So just the other day, we talked about this diamond formation, right? We talked about this diamond formation, which we don't see very often. Hold on, let me make sure. Which you don't see very often, but we got this diamond pattern, right? And then when you have this pattern and you're breaking into it on a bullish move, there's a likelihood that it's going to be a continuation or breakout through it. So that's exactly what happened here. And we approached one of my crossing points at 83.11, and then we found resistance, right? So now we're falling back into a trading zone, right, of 79.74, and it didn't hold, right? So we fell back into the zone, and then we popped right back out of that zone into another trading zone. So trading zone for silver as of right now, I will give you, no, don't delete. I got to give you the trading zone. So this is your, come on, this is your official trading zone. I'm giving you the levels for silver right now. Our floor is 79.74. Now the problem that I see here, just so y'all know, is although we did break through and we had a nice solid bar, we are seeing a lot of selling pressure with these top wicks. And then we have a cluster of sellers that is living here waiting to sell off their shares, right? They're waiting for their positions to be filled. So this could likely fall back again. So just be careful. We need to see a strong close above 79.74 before we can see this going to the upside. All right, so still some chop. We're actually neutral on the VWAP, so just be careful, be cautious, because I think you got some more chop here. Now, if you know the QVP, you know that we have some absorption. So essentially what I'm saying to you is that whatever the sellers are selling, the buyers are buying, all right? But we just don't have a large amount of aggressive buyers that's going to pump this stock up or this ticker up, right, from where it is just yet. So that's what I got on silver. Next up, we got QBTS by Brown. Brown boy, I see you, big dog. QBTS. That is D-Wave Quantum. Quantum Tech, we all about it, right? So what do we have here? Hold up. So we have a level, a floor, right, of 1627. We hit it, we bounced, right? So we've technically hit our foundation, right? And we ideally love to never touch it again, because if that can happen, then that means that we might have a strong bullish run back to a higher low or lower high, sorry. Because as you can see in this trend, that's kind of what it's giving you, right? That's what it's giving you. So let me zoom out a little bit further to give you a better pattern signal so you know how to play it. So this right here, everybody, is something called a descending wedge. Okay, I know this is a big old pattern, but bear with me. Okay, it's a big old pattern. 1, 2, yeah, I'll go here, and I'm gonna go here. Okay, So a descending wedge. Okay. So when you see a pattern like this, right, we have an uptrend, right? We have a break of structure, but then we do this into something called a descending wedge. This is a bullish chart pattern, okay? So typically what happens with this, if you're bullish going into it, right, you kind of get a system that looks like this, and it'll be structured just like this. And so that tells me that we're likely to run up to retest a neckline here about $25.59 before we come back down, likely. But this time on the second pullback, I don't see us coming to retest this line or getting close to this 1627. Instead, I see us coming back to around round here at about $21.52 before we actually shoot up and take off. Okay, that's kind of what I can see. Now, if hold on. No, I think we're good. Yep. So there's a system like where it's like an Okie-Doke where they'll trip you up. So it'll show that is probably falling off and selling off to like this 1861. This is where I can see like the max it would fall to. Okay, 1861. But this is kind of the action that I'm looking for with this particular play. And because I actually like it, I'm going to put an alert on it. So that way my Megalodons and Leviathans within the Discord, they will get an alert when I get the alert. And that's going to bring our eyes to this moment. And then we'll know what to do. So I'm going to do something called a snapshot, copy link. And then not only will they get the alerts within the Discord, they're also going to see my chart at the same time. They're going to see my chart. And later, when I have time, I'm going to map up the play. And I'll show you what me mapping the play up looks like too. All right, so that is that play. Hopefully that helps. I spent a lot of time on that, so let's keep it moving. Brown Boy, if you have more questions on it, just hit me up later. All right, Christine, Queen, are you still a member? Right? Because your name doesn't say. I think you are though. Yeah, you are, but you must be in a different YouTube account. But I got you on Netflix, Queen. Looking at leap calls. So I call this right down here, right? So Netflix. The play was the demand zone, right? The problem is that we kept getting tripped up, right? Every time we broke through, it wasn't being respected. So like we broke down below demand, and then we kept wicking in and wicking out. So essentially, all we had to do here is just be patient and wait for a clean candle close into demand, so for us to hop into calls. And we get this essentially not till what's this today. Right? This is our first day where we're actually getting a clean close. So I technically, I got in, right? We got in as a Discord once we broke this level, broke back above here. And then we rode this up till a couple take profit targets. And then we took a little bit, like about 50%. And I got stopped out. One, because I only had 1 day left on the DTE. And then two, you know, I didn't get fearful, but I shouldn't have cut my position, because essentially while I'm in demand means buyers, and this pump happened. Now we can't predict when these things are going to settle with these business deals and acquisitions or whatever. But man, it would have been a nice time to be in that Netflix call right now. But essentially, if you're looking for calls, now is not the time. Right? The time for Netflix calls is if we can crack and live above 94.70. As of right now, we moved up there. We've seen a lot of sellers show up, and buyers lost steam, lost volume and momentum. So we are still bearish technically on Netflix. Okay, so just be careful with where we are. So for me to enter Netflix, what I would love to see in a perfect world is after hitting my crossing point, right? I would love to see us retrace or retest this demand zone that we had such a hard time breaking out of. And then for us to take off to our next day profit target of 101.19. Even if we don't make it there, we could probably still ride this wave back up to 94.70. But to be determined. But that's what I would be looking for on the Netflix situation. All right. So moving on. What do we got next? All right, we got Fiddle Tesla puts, TSLA. All right, so our boy KG was just talking about Tesla and how we've been having a hard time. Like, no matter what's going on in the market, Tesla's been floating in this $400 range. And I'm very, very surprised that Tesla did not slam down back to like close to $200 by now. But it is what it is. So Tesla, you're looking at puts. This is what I'll say to you. I don't think you're wrong, right? Because technically we're in the bottom half of my zone, okay? And I'll show you. So bottom half of my zone, I'm bearish, right? Above it, I'm bullish, right? Plain and simple. So not only did we fall below this line and confirm, right? You see the rejections, right? You see the rejections at my levels, right? We continue to fall. I know this is a little messy, y'all, so just bear with me. We continue to fall and hit my take profit targets on the way. Now we're at a key take profit target of 409.56. Let me see if I have an alert for this. 409.56. All right, I have a play. Can y'all see this on my screen? I'm gonna show y'all play right now. So I'm gonna re-trigger this. Everybody in the Sacrifice for Riches Discord, you will, well, not everybody, but the Megalodons, you will get the alert if this triggers again. Right, so this is an entry and with bearish bias. Okay, so if we approach this level again and we reject, then we're looking for put options, right? So who is this? Fiddle? Yes, put options, right? So my entry is 409.56, but that's also my stop. What do I mean by that? My meaning is that if we confirm above, it's not unless we confirm above 409.56 that I would be exiting this play. So that being said, I'd be looking at a 402 strike, and then my take profit targets would be 402.03, and then 399.73 with a max take profit target of 382.98. Right? This is an Orca level play. What do I mean by that? I mean that this play likely has a premium that's over $200. So be careful, right? Do your thing. Minnows, you can play it, but just be careful and know that it's money, you know, it's higher premiums. Okay. So yes, I do see this coming on down. And where to? I told you the take profit targets. However, we do have demand zones here, right? So I would love to see us fall down to here. I am crossing my fingers that Tesla does not sell off without us, because I want to get in. Like, this is beautiful. I want to get in here. So we're going to need a nice little market rally in the morning to come and retest this so I can hop in and ride this wave down, hopefully. Now, hold up. Okay. I got another perspective. Hold that thought. We got another perspective. 1, 2. So let me get rid of some of these lines and clear my chart up. I know this is taking a little time, y'all, but just give me a minute. Tesla can be a banger, and we make a lot of money on Tesla if we play our cards right. So this stock is getting some attention, right? Okay. So what I see is another system, a chart pattern. Okay. I'm seeing the chart patterns. So, and this one is looking like it's not quite symmetrical, right? It's not really symmetrical. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, that all checks. 1 second, y'all. Nope. So, but because of this chart pattern, it just further tells me that we're likely going to have a continuation to the downside, right? So I can see this coming back here, and then we might come back to retest, right? Retest this, and then from there I can see us selling off. Now be careful with Tesla, because what happens with this is that you might see a pop and then a drop, right? So that's their manipulative move that they're likely to play. But you got the playbook, right? So play it how you want. Okay, who else we got? Yup, I see you, real life. All love, Brown. Okay, so now I'm gonna get to some of the subscribers. that may have gotten overlooked because I don't see any priorities. All right. If y'all appreciate this, there's no shame in my game. There is a super chat button if you want to use it. So, Google by Trucker Logic, GOOGL. Let's see what we got for Google. All right. So, of course we play it. Of course I have it mapped out, but my alerts did not go off. So, same thing. I have my entry exit position at 314.22. Below it, we're bearish. Above it, we're bullish. My trading zone, let me make sure that is mapped out properly. Yep. Let me correct some things. So we fell out of a trading zone, and now we're in another trading zone. So, okay. So with Google, this is what I'll say to you. I think, right? Hold on. Let me just make sure I got this lined up. I don't have it set 314. Okay. I will retag this. I think if pretty much I would like to see Google come and retest this 309.84 again. But essentially, if we fail to break into this, then Google has more downside. All right. So this is what I see right now. So yeah, that's what I would say. I'm not bullish on Google unless we can retake 309.84 and confirm here. And then even so, I'm still in bearish territory within my trading zone. But that tells me that there's a potential for more upside. So I am going to tag this level. And then I'm going to make sure, if like in case I don't get to the breakdown of this, like the full play breakdown, I'm going to put the chart in the alert so my megalodons can receive it when it prompts or if it prompts. Okay. But yeah, as of right now, that's what we got. Megalodons. If you want more on Google, I will break it down and give you more levels from there. Okay. Christine, I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. $5 means a lot. Thank you, Queen. Is this swing or day trades? Swing trades that can be treated like day trades, if that makes sense. But that is, man, we got 1 minute and 34 seconds. Anything else? Anything else? Let me see if something comes to my mind. All love, Trucker. Hey, consider becoming a member. Everybody, if your name is Gray, consider becoming a member. Right? And this is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. Hold on. Everybody sit tight. Okay, I got y'all. I'm going to gift some memberships. So I'm gifting memberships. So shout out to Roswell, JP, Bernard, Jack, Mark Anthony. I mean, there's everybody that just got gifted a membership hadn't said 2 words in the chat. Hey, I'm calling y'all out. I hope y'all hit that like button at the very least. All right, so we got some more that poured in here. So we're going to look at Intel, INTL, and followed by Palantir. So INTL, that's our time. But let me see what I can do. Hey, shout out to Christine for gifting a membership to Ellie. Congratulations, Ellie. Asking for the Walmart, now being a member. So now you got a priority right now. So I'll get you your ticker and then I'll be done. All right. So hold on. Let me talk about like Intel and then I'll look at the charts again. So Intel, I already have this map out for you, big dog. Essentially, At 51.26, that was my the top of my range, my zone, and we failed to break through. So from now, we failed to my take profit target of 47.07, and then we confirmed below it. So we are still like, we're bullish territory, but we're in a bearish situation. So for Intel, I'm looking at 43.09, confirmation below that, for me to hop into potential, hold on, INTC, potential puts, okay? 43.07, well, that's close. Let me see. Do I have anything on this? Nope. I just have it tagged. Give me one moment, y'all. So, no, this is it. 40. Okay, perfect. So here's a play for Intel. Crossing 43.09. There's your levels for calls, right? I need to set up something for puts as well, but you can see the levels right there, because the levels are just in reverse. So I'll make sure that those are active, and then we're rocking. Okay. All right. So moving on from Intel, and we got a new member of Palantir by Queen Anderson. Q. All right. Q, I see you. All right. So Palantir, man, did we fall off on Palantir? I love to see it though. So we are at the bottom of a trend. So after a long trend down, right, you will start to see consolidation. So that means, right, that's identified right here because like in a neutral position. So we're officially in a neutral position on Palantir, and it looks like it's having a false breakout. So I do not believe that this is something that is going to continue per se. So right now for Palantir, if we break and confirm above this level, we already broke, but if we can confirm above where we are right now of 135.87, right? Hold on, let's just say 136.24. I like that better. If we can confirm above this level, then we're looking for calls, but with the max take profit target of 145.65, we could snap through this and then see some resistance at demand. Now, if we approach demand, right, with bullish momentum and we get into demand, then we're probably looking at a rocket for Palantir, just now. But I'll set an alert because I'm interested here. I'm interested here, and here, and here. So our eyes will be drawn to Palantir, right? On single alerts. Oh, a lot of messages came through. So first, Ellie is a new member. So we're going to make sure that Ellie gets taken care of on Walmart. WMT. All right. Now, Walmart has crushed my levels, but it looks like it's coming back down to retest the previous top end of my old zone of 120.47. So for Walmart, I see this coming back down to retest this level. So I'm not, if you're looking at puts or calls, I've never been like kind of like stumped on what to say, but essentially I would be waiting for it to break 123.40 before I would enter any type of put option for this as of right now. Okay. Let me make sure I change this color so I don't get tripped up. Yeah, I don't want to get tripped up. So hold up. Walmart, what's this level? 120. And I don't have anything that high. Okay, so that's where I'll leave that for now. And in the Discord, ask me a question. If you become a Megalodon, I'll give you a chart breakdown. All right, so let me read the comments. And then, my throat is dry. First of all, everybody, this is the rapid fire chart analysis. I'm going to wrap this piece up, and then I'm going to look to the comments to see if I can answer a couple questions. So what did we cover today? We covered Walmart, Palantir, Intel, Main International, Alphabet, so Google, Tesla, Netflix, D-Wave Quantum, Silver, Albemarle Corporation, SoFi, Lyft, Nvidia. Yes. So shout out to y'all. That is 13 tickers we covered. I feel like we covered more than that. But but it is what it is. Congratulations, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for fueling this. This does not work without your participation, so I really appreciate it. You guys tell me you like it, so we're gonna keep doing it. So let me go and pay attention to the chat, and then see what we got. Okay, Trucker says, where can I see charts on SPX technical charts? I would like to start trading that in the future. I don't know what you mean. I mean, where can you go and see the charts? On your chart. But if you're like, that's only, I don't know what you mean. I mean, I can work up charts, but I do that from like my Megalodons. That's like a request thing. It's a perk that I give them. But yeah, I don't know. SPX, just look it up and then try to do your due diligence with your charting. If you have some questions, just DM me, my guy. It's all good. K Quest Vision, can you explain again how to become a member, please? Is it his YouTube or your Discord? The explanation previously was a little confusing. Thank you, KGU. Okay. So can you explain again how to become a member? All right, so if you want to be a member of like my YouTube channel, right, to get like exclusive like member exclusive content, then you just hit the join button. Hold on, I'll send that to you right now. Hold on, let me content. Give me one moment. I'll send you guys the link to become members in case it doesn't show. So if you want to become a member, there you go, right? If you're a member of KGU, so here's my cadence over there, okay? I provide 2 live training sessions and up to 4 live trading sessions, okay? That's what I do on a monthly basis over there, okay? I do more than that, but that's kind of what I do for KGU, right? So you are privy to that for as long as you're a doctorate tier member, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're not a doctorate tier member, then just let me know. And if you want to stay, you want to upgrade there, go for it. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. So we're separate entities, if that makes sense. We're separate entities. Like KGU is like my home front, right? Like I live in KGU. That's where my channel, like that's where my swing trades with rail is, right? That's the community I kind of came up with. But then I also have my small community. So think of KGU as like a university with like straight up like a bunch of professors and stuff. And then my membership, my Discord is like a community college, right? We're a little smaller, a little close knit. We got tools and stuff. I'm one person, but I do have things in place that provides value to compensate for me being one person. But that's what I can say to you. And then hold on, y'all. I'm answering all the questions. Just give me a moment. And please don't disappear, because there's other stuff that y'all might be interested in. You just got to bear with me a little bit. So also there's a tool. So I have an app, everybody. So it doesn't matter who are you with. I don't care whose Discord you're in. This is an app, a tool that you can use for your trading, right? I can say that it can help you make money, but the cards are in your hands. But all the swing trades and the breakdowns that you see, I have a whole archive of those in the app. So you'll never not have plays if you upgrade or you download this app and sign up to be a Megalodon, just so you know, right? And I'll give you a demo of where to look and what that looks like when I'm done answering questions, okay? Junior, I gotta hit you up later on the MU, big dog. I mean, if I can get to 5,000 subscribers, I might end up doing another membership giveaway. But I don't think that's gonna happen on this stream. Let me see where we at. Hey, we need 10. I need 10 subscribers. If I can get 10 subscribers right now, I'll gift 10 more memberships. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, by the time this stream is done, right? The charts you were using, it Webull or it was TradingView? Hey, Fiddle. Hey, you're now a member. Hey, shout out to Roll Life for gifting the memberships. I see you. So shout out to Fidel. I want to say it's Fidelo. D, I see you. Bezio tackle. Okay. Stock Bro 420. All right. And Amanda, I know your profile picture. I don't know, were you a member before, or have I seen you like in another Discord? I'm only in KGU, so yeah. But yeah, no, congratulations to all the new members. My mom says, good job, son. I love you. Good night, everybody. Have a good night, Mama. I love you too. Thank you for always tuning in. Let's see. Thank you. I like KGU, but the format is a bit busy for me. All right, so K Quest. That I 100% understand. So this is what I would say. I would never recommend leaving KGU, right? I understand that it's busy, but you also have to understand that, think of it like a university, right? Where you have like all of these resources, right? All these people to learn from. But that doesn't mean that you can't come to a study hall, right? It doesn't mean that you can't come to a study hall too, right? So you're more than welcome to be here. I would actually encourage you to be in both Discords, right? Yes, we are smaller. We are very focused on what the mission is. There's no jaw jacking. There's no funny business. There's no knuckleheads. Like, that's not who we attract, right? That's not what we're about. Everybody in my Discord is about building each other up, supporting and elevating one another, right? We're all humble. We tell our stories. We know all of our stories for the most part. Anybody else willing to share, and that is done so we know how to help our peers, right? So we're in this together, and that's why I have a community, right? So by all means, you're welcome. Like I said, I would never give up resources, especially if you're grandfathered into some pricing. I would never give up resources to come over here, but I have tools and things for you as well. Let's see. Fidel, thank you, big dog. Share the live. Let's go. All right. Yep. Let's get it. I'm still at 490. I'm at 491. There's people in this chat that's not talking. There's people in this chat that's not talking, that's listening. Just know, if you are here and you hear me, right, and you haven't typed anything, only subscribers can comment, right? So become a subscriber. I'll tell you, I do not blow up your notifications. Anything I send you is of purpose. I'm not gonna send you 8 videos in one day on XRP or SoFi or whatever. Like, that's just not who I am. So if you get a video for me, it's of relevance, right? It is coaching, training, or a potential play or trade in the form of a short that you might be interested in. So these rapid fires that we do, actually cut them up into shorts, and that's what you might see that comes across your notifications more than anything. But we do educational content too, so just subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I promise you, it won't ever be an algo chasing page. This is not who I am. I will feed YouTube, but it's not going to be, hey, this is the new hot topic, so this is what I'm going to talk about all the time. No, that's not who I am. I shout out to people that do that, but no, this is not who I am. That's boring for me. Hey, what's up, Lee? Thanks for tuning in. We tried to bring them out. Yeah, we did bring them out. We're still at 4991. We're trying to get 5,000 subs, guys. Come on, I need 9. Let's go. Rails, told you were gonna be a mentor. Okay, I see you, Queen. Yeah, that was way back when. Yeah, I didn't think so. See, sometimes people see things in you that you don't see in yourself. Like, I'm always gonna help people, but I never thought I was gonna have a platform. It was never my intentions, but you guys kind of like the community pushed me into it. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And because of that, because like this is community driven, I think that's why like I'm just a humble dude, because I can't forget the roots and the foundation of what got me here. I feel like I'm put in position by y'all to pour into people and not selflessly keep things to myself. So that's why I love it. Right? That's why I love doing what I'm doing. So yeah. Yeah, I do remember. I've had a lot of conversations, but I do. Appreciate you, Rail. I'm listening. VC, hey, let's get it in. All right, link shared. Okay, do you have videos overview of how you truly maximize all the tools you offer? I do have videos on the app, right? However, I'm working on a new one now that I've made a lot of great updates on the app. Okay, and while we're talking, right, I will also bring up the app so people can at least see what it looks like. So just bear with me, okay? All right, so this is how the app, this is the first screen you see. Hey, the journey has been beautifully, like honestly, like, and the fact that like I still feel like I'm just beginning is humbling and exciting at the same time. So, but again, I appreciate all the community support that I've received over the years. I've selflessly poured into people for several years while I've been trying to battle my own demons and fight through this market, trying to find my way. But I figured at this point I know enough. I know a lot, right? But just because I'm not where I want to be doesn't mean that I can't help people along the way with the knowledge that I've acquired since getting to the point where I am. But this is what happens, right? So when you load up this app, it's called S4R Trader Pro. The first thing we do is daily mindset check-in, right? And it's important because this app is built around like kind of my thought process of what I think is really important in this game. So you go ahead. Oh, that just scared the heck out of me. Those are all the notifications that make me jump, y'all. No lie. All right. So now you go ahead and you fill all this out. If you have a written plan, what's your mood, sleep quality, good or poor, and you put in notes. And then I have AI and I have machine learning built in that kind of like ties this into your trading days. And then it gives you feedback, right? So if I say my check-ins, like you can see here, this is the insight that you get or obtain with the combination of all the stuff that you enter. And the only thing you really enter is your trade information and then what I just posted there. So it shows you performance insight, your mindset insight, right? Opportunities based on previous or recent trades, behaviors, right? I had a really bad loss. It was $320 on the Tesla play. I did turn around and I made that back and then some, but that was one of my biggest losses. And then it's telling me about me, right? Like, so that's kind of how this is built. And then you have all these other trading tools that's baked into it. Some are being refined, but nonetheless, they're here. But Trade Tracker is probably like where most of everybody will live, right? Because you really just come in here and then you type in your trades. And it's cool because this is a card view, right? And of course, like I have like a vertical screen, so that's why it looks the way that it looks. But this is a card view, so it's quick and easy to see. Or you can do a row view, right? And then it gives you everything here, right? and then you can identify what you did. Was it a day trade, a swing trade, or a scalp? That's done when you enter your positions. You can search for type of trades that you're looking for, or like just in case you wanted to look back on anything that you did well, or maybe you didn't do so well. Like, so it's really organized. And then you have this little area here where it breaks out your stock performance, your options trade performance, and your futures performance if you're doing that. And you get your results. So log in the trades. This is how it looks. It automatically calculates everything for you, right? And then if you ever get lost or not sure, like, okay, for options price, do I put the whole dollar amount, or do I do the decimal? Well, if you hit options, it gives you your set of questions, right? And it tells you how to enter your information, right? And then from here, you can choose to upload a chart, right? Perhaps we just did our chart, right? So if I want to say, oh, well, I just did Nvidia, right? So I can put Nvidia's chart in here. So anytime I want to reference this particular play, I have that information. So I can say, well, I'm trying to like figure out, man, I'm losing it this week. What happened? Like, so I can look back and say, okay, what's my confidence? What plays that I have like a 10 level confidence on, and then how did they go well? Why did they work? Right? You have that here. So there's a lot more to this. That's just like kind of cliff notes. But yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend anybody interested. Not only that, everything that I teach is baked into here in a more summarized fashion. So you got options mastery. I have 8 lessons in there. Futures, right? A breakdown in there. Technicals, right? I talk a lot about supply demand, but I also have a cheat sheet for candlestick patterns, and I go over each of the ones that I find most important or relevant, and then it gives you the setups, the psychology behind it, the confirmations, and all of that. And then at the bottom of these, you can take a little quiz for a knowledge check. I mean, I got a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears into this app, and I really think that it can be super important in somebody's trading if they really like lean into it. So the last thing I'm gonna show is where all my swing trades go and where all my options trades go. They go right here, right? So I have a whole list. Like Nvidia was the most recent one that we did, and I said at 197.37, right? We have we're looking at the strikes for 201 to the upside, and then 196 to the downside, right? So this is the information you see here, but if I go to card view, you actually get the take profit targets. So I got my entries, I got my strikes, right? And then I got puts to the downside, 195.69, 193.88, and 190.34. If I'm actively trading, right, and I have my app up, I might go ahead and hit this button called take. And if I hit take, then everybody that has their app open, they also get a notification that I took a trade, right? So I will hit take. Hold up. I'll take, and then it'll say I'm in. And then you get the alert, position taken, Nvidia, coach entered position, right? And then I can say, okay, well, I'm out. So, and once I'm out, it'll give the alert that I'm out, okay? Now, it's not instant, but it's pretty quick for the most part. So, now you know I'm out of my position, right? So, and then what's cool about this is that if you do decide to take a trade, an endless trade, dude, I got a lot of, hold up, I have a lot of plays, and all the levels are relevant, okay? And not only that, you can go ahead and search via ticker. So I can type in SoFi if I want to see SoFi plays. So what plays does Rel have for SoFi around these levels? Well, guess what? I can see what's in here, right? SPY just, hold on, what was it? Just fell off. Nvidia just fell off. Nvidia just fell off. Well, what does Rel have on Nvidia, right? 183 for entries, okay. Puts, if we fall to 183.47, right? Well, then the next leg down is 175, 168, 153. So that's all into the app, and I actively am putting things in here, right? So if y'all are interested, sign up. there's even a little tip option here for your boy, because it helps me bake into the community, and then YouTube ain't stealing my money, right? So that's what that is. There's more to it, but I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna look at the comments real quick to see if there's any questions. Mindset Hub, all that stuff. So let's go back to the cockpit. Okay. Hold on. What up? What up? What's up, JC? Let's see how many. Hold on. Let's see how many we got. 192. I got. We need 8 more subs. Thank you. I'm bought in, but overwhelmed and find myself looking more than doing. All right. So if you ever get overwhelmed with this app, right? The main thing that's the most important is just to enter your trades. If you enter your trades, then the rest will do the work for you, and then you can peruse if you want to. You don't have to, but all this stuff is just extra things, right, to give you some type of guidance. Okay, that's what that is. If you're a Leviathan, I'm not gonna get into that, but there's options. There's a free option, y'all, just so you know. But then you can be a Leviathan, Megalodon, or Orca. Okay, so that's the path. But I'm working on the trade import section, where if you want to just, I'm working on ways to make it super easy. But I don't know if you guys caught what I was saying on this page, but if you take a trade, for example, like you take this Nvidia trade, all you have to do is hit log, right? And then it'll auto-fill the information. And then if your entry is just a little different or whatever, then okay, make the adjustment, right? Make your adjustments, right? And then when you do that, let's see, point 5, like whatever, and then you hit save trade, and then it'll be in your trade tracker. So we're looking at puts, right? So let's just say this is what I did, and I did the 190. Hold on, let's say I did the 186 strike, whatever. I don't know. I'm just making some stuff up, and then you hit save. So that's saved, and now I can go to the trade tracker, and then I'll see that play that I just had is right here. Okay. Hold on, is that the same one? Hold on, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, I just got to update it. Yeah. So hopefully it all makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. I'm bought. Okay. R prep. Try. Oh, okay, cool. Roll Life says if you're looking at the app, he says try to just focus on 2 stocks that's in your price range. As you got better, you'll be able to see things clearer. Got it. Yep. Okay. Well, this is the end of my stream, y'all. I mean, I got 7. I need 7 subscribers, so there's no memberships given out because I'm 7 away. But I love to stay here longer, but I don't want to be here all day for the 7 subs. So hopefully, if you're here and you're listening and you found anything that I say of value, then please make sure you subscribe and hit the like button to help your boy hit 5K. Because that'd be pretty dope to do it live versus like waking up and seeing it tomorrow. Either way, I'm grateful. All right. All love, Fidel. Hold up. Everybody that got gifted a membership, if you want access to the Discord, then you need to just need to go to the hold up. Go to the membership tab, and then look for the Discord link, right? And let me put a fresh link in there right now. So YouTube membership, and then hold on, YouTube membership, and then you'll see a link to join the Discord, and then I will go ahead and have it there, and then you guys just come on in. The thing is, Joe, you have to make sure that your YouTube is tied to your Discord. and there's instructions in here. So once you join, read the instructions on the welcome message. All right, it's important that you do that. Hold up, like D just came on. Shout out to D for joining. I see you already in the Discord, so she already figured it out. So just make sure you read those instructions, Queen. All right, I appreciate that. Invite to server. So hold on, I'm about to put it on right now. Okay, let's go to YouTube. And let me post this. I'm gonna create a post right now. Member post. Oh, you guys can see my screen. Okay, whatever. Oh no, you can't. Cool. I don't want you to see my screen. Join the Discord if you are a member. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Almost done. Discord link here. New members. All right, so yeah, make sure that y'all follow instructions. Otherwise, you will get, like, you won't have access to the Discord. You can get in, but you won't see no channels if you don't follow those instructions. All right. Let me see. About to. We're at 193, or excuse me, 4993. So we're 7 away still. All right, I'm using the Edge app, yeah, and it's helping me a lot with being every play. Love that for you. Hey, please share it, okay, Lee? Please share it. That's part of the ecosystem. I couldn't bake it into the Trader Pro, so it had to kind of be a standalone. But it's a really like a hands-off one for me, which is great. Where the Trader Pro app requires like a lot of refinement, so like I work on that app a lot. There's a lot of moving parts in that one. Yeah, but please share. Hey, if y'all are using these tools, please share it with those in the community, because I work really hard on them, and I like to think that I know what's important, and just hopefully it helps people. You know, I'm just trying to shortcut the process if at all possible, or shorten the learning curve. Okay, it doesn't look like we're gonna get to 5K, but if we do after the stream, that's dope. Any questions? Cause I'm gonna get off in like a minute, like, and just so I don't BS myself, cause sometimes I overstay my welcome. All right, boom. I'll see if there's any pertinent questions, and if not, then I'm just gonna kill it. The last thing about members that got gifted, do understand that those don't auto renew. So you have to, if you got gifted, this is what I'll say to you. If you got gifted a membership and you're liking what you're seeing and or you want more access, then don't wait to upgrade, just do it. Because once they kick you out, there's no notifications, or there's no recycling or whatever. There's no auto renewals. So you really have to manage that yourself. So anybody that got gifted, if you want more access, if you want more training, if you want just, you know, more value, then I would say 100% upgrade. And the tier to be in my opinion, is Megalodon by far. It's inexpensive in comparison to what other discards discourse charge for content, but you know, that's just me, right? I'm not trying to price gouge people, but I am trying to bring people along with me and share the journey with other people. All right, so that's my time. I'll read the questions and then I'm gonna sign off. All right. Have a good night, everyone. I see when I write from my phone, it shows up green. Ah, there you go. Okay, there she is, Christine. I was like, man, Christine's an OG, so I know something's wrong. All right, making 10 coworkers subscribe tomorrow. Let's go, JC. All right, so I'm gonna flip this to the starting soon screen, and then just a musical play, and then you guys vibe out, and then I'm signing off. All right, I appreciate everything. This is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. Everybody take care. No, we're not doing that one. Let's see. Let's do that one.
Yeah. Locked in. Yeah, profits over profits, that's the law that I live. I don't chase every candle, I protect what I give. I'd rather take the small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guild. Profits over profits, I don't move off hype. Risk first, then reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, then I'm passing on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. I remember formal days, every ticker looked like gold. Chasing every little spike till my soul felt old. Draw down heavy, screen glowing while my coffee got cold. I was trading for my ego, not the plan I was told. Now I'm patient with the levels, I'm respecting the zone. I don't argue with the market, I just listen, then I'm gone. Got my wrist cat tight, 1% on the line. If the stock is hit, fine, I can always realign. I'm not here to be a hero, I'm not here to be God. I'm a father and a husband, I'm responsible to squad. So I track every entry, every exit that I take. If the math don't add up, then the setup was a fake. Yeah. Process over process, that's the law that I live. I don't chase every kiddo, I protect what I give. I'd rather take a small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guilt. Process over profits, I don't move off hype. Risk first, then reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, then I'm passing on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. I got members in the Discord who've been burned by the game. Blown accounts, sleepless nights, feeling broken and ashamed. So I tell them slow it down, we rebuilding from the core. You ain't here to hit a lottery, you're here to build more. We talk journal talk, our talk, risk to reward. Talk about the days off when you don't need to record. Every trade ain't a trade, every move ain't a move. Sometimes discipline is sitting there with nothing to prove. I've been up, I've been down, I've been close to the edge, staring at the red screen with my hands on my head. But the moment that I chose to put my process on top was the moment that the spiral finally started to stop. If the plan says no, then it's no, let it go. If the side feels wrong, then reduce, trade slow. If your head ain't right, step back, lay low. Cause the market gon' be here when you ready to bro. If the risk feels light, then you might size in. If the zone holds twice, that's a higher quality win. But you never break rules just to chase doing a spin. Cause a gambler gets lucky, but a trader long-term wins. That's the law that I live. I don't chase every candle, I protect what I give. I'd rather take a small loss than lose the life that I built. I'm in love with execution, not the dollar or the guilt. Process over profits, I don't move off hype. Race first and reward, that's the way that I write. If the setup isn't clean, then I'm passing on the trade. Cause I'm married to the process, not the money that I made. Oh, profits over profits, put that line on my name. When my kids look back, they gon' see I played the game. Not the fake so the gram, not the stunt for the fame, but your own best to pick and turn spark to a flame. Profits over profits, that's the code that I teach. From the live stream starts all the lessons I preach. If you follow through with work, it's not out of your reach. Let the process